Hello everybody. Just checking everything is working. Welcome into the first Cities Skylines II stream. I have to pay a late penalty. I was only 1 minute late. I was only 1 minute. That was it. I will pay a late penalty as I have purchased, through my own money, a copy of Cities Skylines II Ultimate Edition to give away later today. So, yeah, that will come towards the end of the stream, but we have got a big giveaway with that, and also a whole load of Cities 1 DLCs and content creator packs, which have been really kindly donated to the FewCandy community from both Ebo and from Ben. Thank you guys so much. It's insane, like, everyone's generosity towards the community. So yeah, thank you. We'll have that giveaway later on in this stream. But hello, welcome in everybody. There's 90 already, which I think is like some kind of record for starting a stream. So hello. Who have we got? Let's do some hellos. We've got Federico, SK, Ali, Governor, hello, welcome in. El Demetrius, Dimmy, hello, Jack, Roto, Star, Alicia, Tiger Lily, B Misty, Ben, the main man, hello. TDDK, Eggsy, Ranjo, Qualial. I don't know if I said that right, I can't even read. Alina, I'm quite nervous today. Mary Phoebus, Waldo, Vor, Bragar Plays, Jay Stokes, Vor, oh my goodness, Jefferskonski, is that how I say it? Jay? Oh goodness, so many of you. Thank you so much. Paul as well. Hello. Welcome. Lots of new names actually that I haven't seen before. Hope everyone's doing really well. How are we supposed to watch you overcharged egg and see people streaming at the same time? Multi-screen, Jay. Multi-screen. That's all I can say. I had to put the kids to bed, which is why I couldn't stream at 5 o'clock. But I mean, kind of thankfully, I thought maybe I wasn't going to go up against Egg and City Planner Plays and Biffa, but they're still streaming, so yeah. That's the way it goes. Mando, hello. So many of you, Bumandus, if I've said that right. Domcom, I'm so sorry, I'm terrible at pronouncing people's names. Stilettos, hello, welcome in. Paul, hello. Malay, hello. Jura, hello. Fist, hello. we'll start with the hellos for the moment, but yeah, keep them coming. Welcome in all, welcome in. So basically for this stream, I don't really have a plan. Honestly, like I'm not intending to start a city for any kind of series or any kind of series build today on the live stream. I just really wanted to stream to get it out there so you guys could ask whatever questions you want about the game, because we're free to talk completely openly about it. And I will say, I have been talking, obviously if you've seen my Cities 2 video so far, I have been talking very openly about the game. Like really the only thing we were really restricted on was performance. I know it's a big question from a lot of you, but please get your questions in and we'll look at stuff. If there's a particular asset you want to look at, let's go into that. Like, that's really what this stream's about today. It's my chance to show you the game, whatever you want to see. We'll talk about it. Now you will notice actually, hang on a sec, let me move my face. Oh my goodness, hang on a second, I've missed this. Vor with a 199 super chat. Thank you so much. First time on your live. Love the vids though. Thank you so much, Vor. Welcome to your first live stream. Really appreciate the super chat. Hope you enjoy the live stream. They're always a bit scatty, I won't lie. And Edward Bickford gifted 5 FewCandy memberships. Thank you so much, Edward. Insane generosity as always gifted those memberships. Thank you. And members, please enjoy the very limited selection, I will admit, of free emojis, but there you go, you can have fun with those. You also get a nice free super chat every month that you've been a member for, so there we go, you can have that as well. And there's also, actually, for members, I do post now sneak peeks of all of the episodes and some behind the scenes footage and occasional early access to episodes when I can as well. Stress test your PC, yeah, that's exactly it. This is what I was going to do. You will notice I have got my NVIDIA GeForce overlay up, so like let's just get right into it. Let's talk about performance right from the start. Okay, this city is 47k population now, so it's not a large city, let's face it, by any means. Like if I just move out and zoom around, you can see that, and you can see the performance up here, so you can make your own mind. Like I have got settings turned really far down compared to any other game that I honestly play on this PC, so you can see my specs in the description below if you're interested in those. I am basically at recommended specs for both CPU and for GPU. They are literally the recommended specs. I do have more RAM, yes, I've got 64 gigs than recommended, but right now in the game without the DLCs you're not really using any additional RAM, so that's not playing into it. But yeah, so recommended specs. The GPU, my biggest issue really is the GPU utilisation. Like it is at 90% plus the entire time in game. See, can you? Yeah, you can see that overlay. So yeah, even as I move around, you'll see it fluctuating. And this is on low settings as well. Well, some low, some medium. I've turned it down to 2K rather than 4K, which is what I play every other game in. And we've got Governor. Welcome to YouTube Candies. Thank you so much for becoming a member, Karina. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the holy moly emojis and the vomit off. Yes, Henry. Get into that. And more, another 199 super chat. How do I become a member? In the video description, there is actually a link that you can click on, or you can click on the join button underneath the live stream, and then you can become a member from there. That's how you do it. Thank you so much for the super chat again, really appreciated. Does the game have DLSS? No, it does not right now. Mythlond, no. Okay, but the city is stunning. Thank you, Jack. Very kind. So I couldn't really show this off to you in my last video because I had like absolutely dire performance issues, which you will have seen in the video, and it was very noticeable. And to be honest, I kind of like, in some ways, I wanted it to be noticeable to flag that there are issues there. But that was recorded on the release version, not including the day one patch, but basically on the release version with settings. So most of the settings as you see now, but one of the settings which is absolutely key, which I'm sure you've all probably heard from City Planner and Egg streams right now, but if I go into graphics, like you can see, so yeah, I'm running on 2K. I run every other game on 4K, but I mean that's fine, you know, that doesn't make too much difference. Depth of field, don't play with that on, it ruins it. I turned it off right from the start because even on a blank map, it's like the frame rate's terrible, honestly. Same with, yeah, depth of field quality. Motion blur is just awful. I don't know why you'd have it on a city sim anyway. Level of detail. That is the absolute crucial one. So yeah, you do have to turn this down to low or very low on if you've got the recommended PC like me in order to have a half decent frame rate. We can try turning it up and you can see what it's like if you want. But like realistically, it doesn't change too much about the game. Like if I zoom right in, I can still see the bricks on the building, things like that. I think the most noticeable thing actually is when you come onto like camera mode and you look at the sims. There is a massive graphical difficulty, shall we say. Like this sim doesn't look like when you're on high level of detail, these sims look incredibly detailed. At the moment it looks very, very flat indeed, and like they're sort of pixelated on our arms, like from what I'm seeing on my screen. YouTube is probably compressing it to hell, but yeah, so that's kind of like where the main issue comes, is when you zoom right in, it's not as crisp and sharp as it would be otherwise, ultimately. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think the other thing that I will say that I wasn't allowed to talk about is kind of things like just looking out into the distance. Like even when you're on 4K and high settings, there's kind of, I feel like there's a lack of sort of clarity in it. It's almost quite hard to look at because everything's so highly detailed, actually. Like it's almost a negative against the game, because if you're up close, brilliant, amazing. Further out, it sort of becomes, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's quite hard to look at. It almost hurts my eyes when I play it for a long time, I will be honest. Like that's this, and again, this is just my perspectives on it. And I realise I'm talking about the kind of heavy stuff. There's a lot to like about this game, and also I will caveat that with Colossal Order will 100% improve this, so don't be afraid to go and get the game now and enjoy it, because there will be improvements down the line, I have no doubt about it. Don't worry about your GPU usage, worry about your GPU temperature. Yeah, exactly. This is the trouble, is like with this kind of GPU utilisation comes very, very high temperatures, and it puts so much strain on your GPU. Like I'm kind of, like, I don't have a bucket load of money to buy another really expensive GPU when my GPU is only really like 2 years old and should be fine, basically. It's still considered a high-end GPU. So I am worried about the strain that this game puts on it, I'll be honest, yeah. RTX 2060, you're probably going to struggle with, I will be honest. But like the game is still playable. It becomes much worse. Like you can see my FPS up there is hovering around 23. So it's not like a totally, and there's kind of laggy drops that you get every now and then, so it's not a totally smooth performance. But to be honest, when it hovers up to 30, like 25 upwards, it's not unplayable. Like the FPS isn't unplayable from my perspective, at least, anyway. But also, I'm not a PO Cities Skylines 1 player who is used to low FPSs, so if you're that type of person, this is probably not going to bother you at all. It's nowhere near as bad as some of the frames that I've seen on Cities 1 with a bunch of PO in your city. Is there an FPS increase if you are not streaming? If so, what FPS increase do you get? No, so to be honest, this is pretty much what I'm getting when I'm not streaming. It's not really making... I was actually curious when I started this stream if it was going to drop, but no, it's pretty much the same, yeah. Obviously, when I'm recording and when I was trying to initially record in 4K on those videos, it didn't like it. It didn't like it. Apparently there was a bug with the game locking to the resolution of the screen. Did you try changing to 4K back? Yes, I did. Yeah, so Biffer actually flagged in the early access server earlier today, or was it yesterday? I can't remember, that he had found this bug where when you load into the game, it automatically loads in 4K. I think, can you see that kind of like shift? Because I can see it on my screen. Like even just with the camera stopped still like this. Is the game paused? Oh yeah, it's paused. Yeah, there's kind of like a shift in the textures when you're looking at it, and it's kind of difficult to see every now and then anyway. Yeah, so the game loads in 4K and you do have to go in and reset it, so I have already done that. So this is like true 2K now, even though YouTube is compressing it down to 1080p for the stream, so... Tom DeLille, hello, welcome in. Hello, FewC, sorry for being late. Oh, you got my undivided attention. Well, thank you, Tom. welcome in. I really hope that the 3060 Ti is going to work. Jonas, I would say you'll be all right with that. Like, I think the big caveat is I have not played on a city bigger than this. This is the biggest city that I've got in the game, so 47,000 population, and it definitely is noticeable, the kind of drop in performance as you go through. To be honest, the simulation speed is running quite nicely now. When I had level of detail up high, you would have seen it on video, it was shocking. Like it was pretty unplayable for me. But level of detail, turn it down to low, and it'll fix it. So I'd have thought you'd be fine with the 3060 Ti. My issue is, would I buy a new GPU if I needed? I would buy a new GPU if needed, but does that mean I'll need a new CPU to run it? So I would, honestly, I don't know the answer to that. City Planner Plays, I think it's coming out on Saturday. It's going to have a video testing all levels of GPU and CPU together. So I think, honestly, that video is probably going to give you the answer that you want. I can't tell you that for now. I don't think the strain on the CPU, I mean, you'll see this here, is anywhere near as much, so you probably wouldn't, but it depends what CPU you've already got. I think my RTX 3070 lags on VRAM. Yes, they do recommend 10 gigs of VRAM, and it pretty much uses all of it. So if you have got less than that, yeah, you may struggle a little bit. Again, it's when cities become larger. In a new city, it's not too bad at all. It's not too bad at all. I'm just thinking, oh god, it gets very loud. That's the other thing. When you zoom into like street level, especially over subway stations, right? Like the atmosphere in this game is amazing. Like it is really amazing. You can see, again, I don't know if it's noticeable on the stream, but things like the cars get a bit pixelated every now and then when you've got level of detail on low, like that one. Again, I don't know if it's kind of noticeable on the stream. On the stream, but it's very obvious on my screen. Some of those like detail drops that you get. What GPU do you have? I have a 3080, so I'm on recommended GPU specs with 10 gigs. Will it support DLLS? No, it won't test. No, well, at the moment it doesn't, at least. Good to hear. I have a 3060 Ti. Excellent, Desherol. Desherol. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at games. Fireplace Gaming, is it playable at 1080? Do you want to try it? I mean, again, like you probably won't see it, but it's when you go down to 1080. Let's go down to 1080. The trouble is, I'm playing on a 4K screen here. I think if you were playing on a 1080p screen, it probably wouldn't be noticeable. But like this building here, for example, again, I can't really see it on OBS if you can see it on screen, but it doesn't look good from afar. Like particularly this building at the back there looks blurry as anything. It's playable, like it's fine. Again, look, you can see my FPS now on 1080p has jumped up by about 10. So like this is the thing, the game is playable. It absolutely is playable, and I think you could get up easily to 100k probably. Again, City Planners Plays video will tell us that on Saturday, but I think you could get up to that without having FPS that kind of gets so annoying that it's unplayable. I mean, that was even over 40 then. Granted that when I'm moving the camera around, it's much smoother like this, but my big issue is kind of how it looks in the background, which is not particularly enjoyable, I'll be honest. And like even at 2K, I still find it a little bit less enjoyable than 4K. shall we say. In fact, it almost looks worse on Dingo there. I'm finding it hard to find a sub 350 GPU that will fit my MATX setup. Yes, Tony, I think everyone's gonna, well, a lot of people are gonna struggle with that for sure. Only 8 gigs of VRAM on a 3060 Ti. Well, I actually really don't bother if the FPS is getting a bit lower than the 60, but please don't get under the 30s. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, honestly. I think, like, again, like, you'll be fine in that early progression of a city. If you're there trying to make a million citizen city, you're probably going to have FPS issues. I think even regardless, like, you would have had FPS issues if you tried to get that big in Cities 1 as well. When they bring a PC out in the year 2045 and we can play it to its full capacity, it's going to look awesome. It is. This is just it. Like, there's so much good stuff about this game. Like, things are super realistic. Like, you know, you just look at, like, some of these, like, houses. The trees are questionable. I'm waiting for Mr. Mason's trees. Particularly on low level of detail, they look quite a bit worse. But the buildings look amazing. And, like, the Sims walking, I've kind of learned to love the, like, they kind of need to take a shit walk. Like, again, it's like little quirks like that I need in a game. And I think when I first played this, I feel like it's definitely grown on me across the course of playing it. Because when I first played it, I was a little bit, I was definitely disappointed, I won't lie. I mean, you all, well, hopefully some of you have seen my first Cities 2 video and it was kind of very obvious, I think. Like, I definitely was disappointed when I first started playing it. But the more I played it, the more I found little quirks that I like. Because sometimes when a game is, like, so clean and sort of, like, perfect looking, especially a city sim, like, it kind of makes it less fun. but there are quirks in it, and I kind of learned to find them as time has gone on, like the traffic. Like, the traffic is super clever. Like, if I go to that junction that I did a short on, where is it, over here, like, you can see people doing 3-point turns occasionally in the middle of the road. If anyone's seen that short, you would have seen it happen, which is, like, super cool. Like, I love that. I love, like, little quirks in the traffic, like people diving across lanes, exactly like that. Like, that's what we need. We need, like, some fun stuff to laugh at and kind of get involved with. That's what I think. I think that specs is the biggest worry for everyone. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, it's the biggest worry for me, honestly, as well, because, like, that's why I have, for the time being, I'm not going to be starting a city series in the game. I mean, that's what I'm kind of, that's my position of it right now, because if I can't get to a point where I can build a big city and enjoy it, I don't really see the point in starting it, for me personally. I might change my tune on that tomorrow. Like, who knows, but that's kind of my thought at the moment. I will still be bringing out Cities 2 content, so it will still be there. But, like, in terms of, like, an actual sort of city series like we have Origin of Solitude or whatever, Female County, that's not going to start immediately, at least, anyway. I mean, I roll at 15 FPS this minute at CS1, so there you go, Fireblaze. Yeah, like, this is not going to be a problem for you. Like, I think there's kind of been a lot of doom and gloom expected around performance, but I don't think it's actually as bad as people think it's going to be, honestly, if you tweak the settings. Like, that's the key thing, like, tweak the settings. But like I said, it's like sacrificing basically how the game looks for FPS, so it's kind of a choice that everyone's going to make individually, isn't it? First time watching and will be my first time playing any CS game? Yes, Neil, so you haven't got CS1. Interesting. I'm very curious to know how many people actually come in at CS2 who haven't played CS1. I think that'll be quite an interesting stat to see. I think there'll be a lot of new people to the game. CS1's, like, so legendary though. Like, I do, let's come on to the detailing part of it. Obviously, I miss my props. I can't say it enough. Like, I can't say it enough. I really, like, when they bring out Paradox mods, when that eventually launches, if Find It isn't, like, the first thing I see, I may cry. No, I won't get that far. I won't get that far. I have money on FewCandy starting a series on Life by You and CS2. Life by Few could be coming your direction, actually, because I feel like that's too good a name to pass up on, honestly. And to be fair, like, Life by You, I've been looking into it. You could basically build your own city piece by piece upwards from the ground, so it could still be like a city building channel, but Life by Few. Watch this space. We're still going to carry on cities content, by the way. That's obviously the bread and butter of the channel. So it's not going away. Just to say that before I scare anyone. I played CS1 just because of the hype. CS2, but I played SimCity 4 the most. Ah, Dario. So what, you've only recently played Cities 1 then? That's interesting. And when it's at its absolute best, I have to say. Cities 1 has been at its best this year. Hello, welcome into the stream. Hello. Life by You looks awesome. It really does, yeah. I will cry, I need my props. Oh, Tiger Lily, I'm with you. We can all, like, cry together until there's props in the game, ultimately. How much RAM do I have? I have 64 gigs, but the game's not, like, it's not using it at this stage. When DLCs and mods and assets and things like that come into it, that's when the RAM's going to really ramp up. So I wouldn't take the fact that I have 64 gigs as a kind of a guide on performance. Does Life by You have props is the real question. It does, Nomas. Although obviously it's not out yet, so we'll see. It may launch with a whole load of bugs and no props. We don't know. Life by You, exactly. Been watching your videos for a while. First time watching a live stream. Welcome in, boys in the shed. Love your name. Welcome in. Hope you enjoy the live stream. This is a bit of kind of an abnormal live stream because I'm not building. Although I say abnormal, there has been a few live streams that have kind of been chaotic in the past and not much building has happened. If Paul Raymond's still here, you'll know back to the Twitch days. How are the water physics? How much am I going to cause a tsunami? Should we go and have a little like experimentation? Let's do it. Why not? I know a lot of people actually have asked about like the water physics. Let's just unlock some squares here because I've got a whole bunch of stuff in this city. If the frame rate kind of gets too annoying for everyone, it actually looks like it's running quite smoothly. People are happy with it. Otherwise, I can go into a new map and we can play with a slightly better frame rate. Although, look, we're tracking at 50 FPS over here where we haven't built anything. I mean, you know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's like I say, it's like the FPS is fine, but then when you look at the trees and they're a blurry mess in the background, it's not. It's like it's a trade-off. Have they officially responded to the feedback about performance? Have they responded to the creators and the early access program feedback? Yes, like they've acknowledged obviously all of our concerns. To be honest, it was kind of like one of those things that sort of went a little bit unsaid, I'll be honest. You know, everyone's raising concerns about it, but it was just so obvious that no one really, oh goodness, like look, there we go. We're already messing it up. So yeah, okay, let's carve a river in here. But yeah, it was kind of one of those things that was so obvious, like it just, I guess like Colossal Order and Paradox weren't spending lots of time responding to those like they were other queries or feedback elements that we've had in the game. So yeah, look, we'll put in a massive river that's not particularly smooth at all and not very good, let's face it. The terraforming tools are amazing, I will add that. We can see how the water physics goes. I'll turn this off so you can see it. The water, so I quite like it. I'm actually just going to pause the game a second because I'll show you something. Like, the water looks quite nice, but kind of the size of it next to some of the assets is a little bit off-putting. And also, one thing I did notice, right, is any surface with water, it looks like that. So I don't know if you can see this pool, right? But it's like seawater in the pool, which just looks wrong. I'm getting into like really nitty-picky, like very little tiny details. It looks very strange in a pool to have this kind of water moving across it. It doesn't move well, like in a kind of flat surface like that. Across the rest of the map, it's all right. But yeah, look, we can go back here. I think the water physics is better. It's easier to handle. Is the kind of short answer for that. 4 houses pool, that's it. You still at 1080p? No, I'm pretty sure I changed it back to 1440. Yeah. So we're in 2K now. I'd like to see how tunnels do in the game. Haven't seen many or any of those. Yeah, we can try that out in a minute. Let's do that after this water settles down so you can see what it's like. Greg Burr, hello. Welcome in, old geezer. Tina, hello as well. They shelled out for the full wave pool, yes. They did, yeah. High-tech pool it is. Maybe the pool is like 500 metres deep. Exactly, that's the kind of impression it gives, doesn't it? It's like, yeah. That's the one thing I'm very curious about when it comes to mods and things, particularly when it comes to map themes. Because obviously in CS1, we had tropical, temperate, boreal themes for people to kind of build on and work in with the theme mixer. like, I'm assuming that when someone makes a map, they'll be able to alter the terrain color and things like that. But then again, like, we don't have ground textures for forestry or for like the ruin texture, or fertile land or anything like that to kind of paint a map with and make it more interesting. So I'm very, very curious to see like how mods can kind of fix that. Will we actually get in a variety of themes or not? I don't know. I noticed the pool water in a couple of streams and it would annoy me too, to be honest. Yeah. It's just a bit, it's a little bit weird, but it's a very, very, very picky element. I realise that. Matt, welcome in. Wonderful job on the city, congrats. Can we follow some Sims, cars and trains around? Yes, we can, to get a feel at ground level. Absolutely, yeah. I take it there's no first person view. There's not, which is so annoying. Like, I was really hoping, as a PC player as well, obviously I've pretty much always had the first person camera mod. I think it was actually in fact the first mod I ever got. Oh no, actually, sorry, that it was 25 tiles was the first mod I ever got, followed by first person camera because it's so cool. But I was really hoping that we'd get the console function where you could literally place a sim or drive a car around your city, but no, we don't. Maybe it'll come in future updates though. I'm going to drain the ocean. Yeah, we are. It's filling up very slowly. Very slowly indeed. Like, it does look like you could create some waterfalls. The trouble is there's no foam on it. Well, actually I say that and then I saw a tiny bit of white there. But when you watch the ships going by as well, which I'll go and show in a second, there's no foam on the water, which is kind of an odd aesthetic as well. Like if you're talking about nitty-gritty details. The FPS looks a bit more comforting, does it? Okay, good. Yeah. Do you want me to leave these stats on so you can see the whole the whole stream? I can turn it off if that's easier. The fuck just happened to the beach texture? Yes, Tess, there is no beach texture. You can't create a beach, which is going to be really interesting when they bring out the beach houses DLC. How is that going to work if you can't put in a beach? Like, I was really hoping that in the landscaping tab, like in here, would have, you know, that sand, the ability to add sand, like you can get in extra landscaping tools. But there is no sand texture. Like, this is the cliff texture ultimately that's going in around water, around the edges there. So, yeah. Yeah. Pratic, welcome in. Hey, FewCandy, is there any performance improvement over CS1? No. No. I can handle CS1 with all of the DLCs and all, like, I can handle CS1 with thousands of assets and a whole bunch of mods at a city of well over 100k with 60 FPS. So no, and my GPU is also well below 50% in terms of utilisation. Like, it's getting hot in my office already. I'll have to take my jumper off soon. 55 FPS, yeah. Yeah, the FPS varies. Like, you'll see, if I look away from the city, like we're getting up to 52 now. So when you start a city, it's not too bad. When the citizens all start to pour in, are we happy with the water physics, by the way? Are we happy with that? Can we move away from that? I'm just going to show very quickly while we're on that subject. Yeah, this is what I mean about the ships. There's no, like, foam. They glide across the water, seemingly, with no splash. Like, again, we're talking very tiny, like, little tiny details, so I know it's a little bit nitpicky, but someone asked, so. How flexible the new camera tools? I will come on to that, Jack, as well. Yeah, that completely changes the game. This is the other thing, like, when you see screenshots from people on, like, Reddit and stuff like that, everyone's using the camera tool, which makes the game look amazing. Like, not saying that the game's not amazing at all, but it's a very different look to when you're playing. Like, this kind of, yeah, it's not super bright and colourful, and it's very realistic, so that's a definite positive to it. But you can get, like, awesome watercolour textures and things like that when you go into photo mode, so I will show that in a second. We're going to do tunnels first. Here's for hoping performance will improve. Thank you for the SEK 100 super chat. Frederick, I can't speak this evening at all. It's been a long day at work, I won't lie. Thank you so much for the super chat. And yes, here's hoping that performance will improve. I have no doubt it will. Can I just, you know, I would just say that. Like, everything that I've critiqued, I have no doubt that Colossal Order will improve it over time. Like, this is a brand new game, and it definitely feels like in my honest opinion, like it's been rushed out. So, I know these things will come. I know they will happen. They've got to get the game to a position where it's playable on consoles. There's got to be performance improvements with that as well. I think it's always going to take more strain on your PC than Cities 1 because it's just so much more detailed in the simulation and in the graphics of it as well. So like I think that's always going to be the case, and we should expect that. It's a, you know, it's a next generation title essentially compared to CS1. But yeah, picky, yes, but it's those things that catch your eye, even if you don't realise what you're seeing, something just looks off. Yeah, exactly, Mark, exactly. Yeah. Is this the release version or will there be an update next week? No, this is the release version, including the day one patch. So there will be an update patch essentially when you download the game, when you first get it on Tuesday. This is it. So this is literally what you will get on day of release. What are you using to see your GPU and utilization stuff? So with NVIDIA, you get like a performance overlay. It literally says it there. You can click Alt-R and you get it up and down. So yeah, you can get it up and down if you want. Do you want me to leave this up? I didn't. Are you guys curious to see like the FPS and the GPU usage as we play? I feel they should have waited. I do agree, SK. Like for me, like when I first like realised I was getting early access to Cities Skylines II, I cannot like describe how like blown away and excited I was. Like, you know, I've been playing Cities Skylines for years before I even contemplated making a YouTube channel, and it's literally like my favourite game ever. So I had such high expectations for it, and I think that's where it kind of threw me back when I first opened the game and realised like I think the strange thing for me is I didn't have the like massive desire to play it all the time, which I thought I would. I thought I'd be like, oh, I can't make Cities 1 videos anymore because I'm playing this game, I'm sorry. But that's like, it just has to be the case, honestly. But that being said, the more I play it, the more I get into it and the more I do like it, and I see things that actually are like really cool about the game and different and an upgrade. It's just very hard to look past the kind of the very obvious fluffy things, I think, in the first place. But look, you guys are going to enjoy it, and in the long run, this is going to be fantastic. It's good to see how the recommended specs hold up. Keep it up, right? We'll keep it up. Right, let's go and do some tunnelling. Oh no, that was asked next. There you go. There's our little river in. Not well detailed, I will add. So Edward Bickford has been a member for 14 months. Before I go, I'd like to remind everyone that likes and comments are greatly appreciated. Have fun, everyone. Thank you so much for 14 months, Edward. That's absolutely mental. Thank you so much for that super long support. And yeah, great reminder. If you are enjoying it, please do drop a like and a comment after the stream's done. Be greatly appreciated. She likes it. She really does. Correct. I'm trying to be honest with you. Like, it's hard to kind of critique it, but then also say actually it's all right at the same time. And I think that's kind of where I'm at. Is it's all right, but it's not like mind-blowingly fantastic. To me, anyway, that's my personal opinion right now. I was typing exactly what you just said about the long term and finished my sentences. So yeah. I think there's so much passion for CS1. People would be happy to wait for CS2 if it took longer to get more polished. But again, a lot of what I'm seeing looks amazing. Exactly, like there's so much. There really is. I know I keep saying it. It sounds like I'm trying to convince you and convince myself. That's not the case. Like there really is a lot to like about the games. The road tools, hell yes, like hell yes. So okay, you want a tunnel. Also, the other thing though with the road tools, let's go to like a slopey piece of land, right? Oh, I'm losing my voice already. That's marvellous. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it here. Let's go up here. So the roads will just go over bumpy land, but you know how in CS1 they kind of smooth themselves out, which sometimes looked really awkward. If I turn on contour lines, I'm going to see better. Yeah. So like, let's just draw a road up here. When you zoom in on it, like there's tons of like, actually this bit's not so bad, but you do get bits that are just like super up and down and very unrealistic. So they behave very weirdly over terrain that hasn't been smoothed out, is what I was going to say with that. But yeah, let's go back over here. Let's do a tunnel. So tunnels are pretty easy. We're not on super flat land here, but that's all right. Yeah, you just place in a bit. You can obviously change your elevation step here. So if I'm on a step of 10 right now, which is the maximum. If I go down with that, it goes into, you can see this kind of cutout, what do you call it? I don't know, retaining wall bit of road. And then I don't want to go down to 20 because that's a little bit much. But if I click it down, twice more. So you go down to a depth of 12.5 down, you get a tunnel. So yeah, it's super nice and easy. And you'll see here actually, and we're already coming back up to the surface because of the way the terrain sort of lies, which can be a little bit odd. You carry it on. This is the kind of cool thing. Let's bring it back up to the surface level. And then we can take a look at it. Yeah, look, you can get little bits like this. How cool is that? Like, how cool is that? That's seriously cool. The one thing, again, like if I'm being super nitpicky about little details, is it's very shadowy, which I guess is realistic. There's still some bugs that need ironing out. That's what I think about that. But yeah, like these tunnels are cool. The tunnels are good. The tunneling function is very good and much easier to use, I think, than CS1. And yeah, you can create cool stuff like this. Yes. Do you know when Instant Gaming are releasing the codes for Steam? So they said it would be either before or on the day of release. I suspect with Instant Gaming it will probably be the day of release, Paul. I don't know that for fact, though. Very glad you're going to continue Solitude and Funeral. Thank you, Dashram. Thank you. Does that satisfy us with the tunnel question? Can you try through a taller mountain? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go and yeah, still got more squares. That's good. Let's go and buy the squares either side on here. So if I try and tunnel through this, is that what you want? Is that what we want? Yeah, so if I try and go over it, this is what happens, obviously. If we go up to it, and then we click page down, we're going to have to press it loads. You can see as well, like so I think this is the best thing about the road tools, actually, one of the best things. You can see the slope on it, like I can't hover over it because my mouse is on the end of the road, so I'm just pointing at it at the screen, hoping that you guys can see. But you can see the slope, so it says plus 9.3 there, so if you want to get it super flat, you can do that really easily, just like keep pressing down ultimately until it gets flat, so minus 0.2 is not too bad. And then we can just tunnel under, and then if we want to bring it up to the surface, we'll have to go all the way back up to 0. And actually that's come out reasonably flat. So yeah, there you go. Unfortunately I've done it in part of my city I can't get cars to drive through. But like, if we go into photo mode, I've actually never tried this, but yeah, tunnels are now rendered as well. Oh, hello. Okay, we can't go into them with photo mode. I was wondering if that would be the case. No, we can't. Yeah. Yeah, we can't. But tunnels are rendered. So that's pretty cool. When a first person mod comes out, that's going to be awesome. Yeah. So yeah, that is essentially how you can tunnel through a hill, and it's pretty smooth. Like, it's not too bad. Again, there's some little bugs with some of the tunnel entrances and the roads around it, but yeah, that's it. I haven't done it very straight, but there we go. Shadow is unrealistic. Tunnels have loads of lights. That's true. Yeah. If we went to night time, for example, so you can do that really easily. You can toggle it on and off. Actually, let me come out here. You can toggle it on and off. We are at 2 AM in the morning now, so if I just went into here rather than going into photo mode and said day-night visuals, we're going to go into night time. And at first it's pretty weird, but it does come in. Oh, we've got a moon. Oh, the lights aren't on because it's not connected to electricity. That would help, wouldn't it? So let's just connect it up. So we can put these underground as well. So it's super easy to do electric now. Let's just connect it into the train line here, which will be powered. Oh, no, we can't. No, we can't. Let's not connect it into that. Let's connect it into this road over here. We'll go round. There we go. Okay, so we should have lights, I think, on this road now active. There we go. So that's kind of what it looks like at night, which is nicer. I'll take that. Never seen a tunnel with an open space in the middle. I think you get it in some, like, there's an airport I'm thinking of, where you kind of go round it and you do get these like almost grates in the middle of the top of it. Am I thinking of like overcharged eggs? I lost airport. I might be rather than a real life place. But yeah, you can get roads like that. There are some. There are some. Oh, by the way, yeah, it is a bug, which you will have on release, which is saying not enough customers. Yeah, Colossal Order have acknowledged that. So You just have to ignore it. Yeah, you can see the FPS does drop a bit at night time, I found, and particularly when it's raining as well. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice dynamic. I think the night sky and the mountains tend to be a little bit bright. We haven't got any clouds today, which is why it's a bit brighter actually than normal, because again, when you get clouds come over, it does change the look of the game, which is a really super cool feature. Can we edit tunnel entrances? How do you mean, Random P? Do you mean in terms of like, can you pull the terrain over it? Because like if I went, let's just make sure this is turned down a little bit. If I pull this over it, yeah, it doesn't come over the bit that's already gone in there. Is that what you mean? It will. I think it will push the retaining walls up on the side. Oh no, I'm not on the right one. Hang on a second. There we go. Yeah, we can't. That's what happens if you try to like draw the terrain over the top of it. So it does actually push up the retaining side. Oh my god. That's not good. Created a crater. Yeah, so you can see the retaining walls. Oh my god, now we've shut it. I didn't know this would happen. This is pure experimentation with the game. Okay, so we can lift it up. So you can kind of, yeah, you can terraform the retaining walls around the tunnel entrance, if that answers the question. FewCandy, can you talk through all of the warnings are and how they differ? Are they the same to CS1? Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of warnings in this city. We finally got residential command back, actually. That's good. So yeah, we've got the... Oh, am I not clicking on the right building? Oh, I'm in landscaping tools, that's fine. Yeah, right. So yeah, we've got not enough customers, and it says it's struggling due to lack of customers. That's a bug. But that is essentially the same as CS1. Like, it means there's not enough people that are shopping in these shops. And the kind of the way the whole simulation works now is it's all based on citizen wealth. So if your sims have extra wealth, let's go and click on a house somewhere. So we click on these guys. See, they're wealthy. So basically it takes into account like the income that they're earning from different jobs, and some jobs will be lower income than others. So like industry will be lower income if you're at a kind of lower education than it will be for offices, for example. You can see again what level of employment. Also, this is another interesting fact actually while I'm on it. So in CS1, if you had too many highly educated workers, they would fill the lesser educated spots. That's not the case in Cities 2. So you have to be of the correct education level to fill the job spot. But workers do commute in from outside as well, so it can like be sort of hard to balance in that sense. But yeah, everything works off citizen wealth. So you have a look at these houses and you see how wealthy they are. Have we got any complaining? Yeah, of high rent. So if I come over here, these ones are complaining of high rent. It does say they're comfortable, but some people can be like wretched in this situation. Oh, it's not enough customers. We've got any other high rent warnings? Yes, over here. So if we come over here, let's have a look. Okay, they're wealthy and they're complaining of high rent. But yeah, here you go. These guys are wretched. So basically their income for the residents, you can see where they're poorly educated. There's quite a lot of stereotyping, I'll be honest, in this game. Yeah, oh, it's a poorly educated child. Okay, so let's go to the senior. So poorly educated senior, occupation retired. So yeah, they don't have much income. So obviously the rent's going to be high for them because they're living in a single family home with not much income. They've got a child to support there as well. Yeah, and they are a student, just checking that's right and not bugged. So they won't have the money to go and shop at shops, if that makes sense. So basically you want to make sure that all of your citizens are super nice and wealthy. So essentially for that, the way that I found it is to keep all residential tax really quite low, because then it tends to avoid lots of the high rent warnings. Obviously I've still got some in here, though most of those are not enough customers from the bug. But yeah, if your citizens are wealthy, they'll go and spend at shops, and then shops are obviously happy. But also with the shops, they level up based on, does it hover over here? Yeah. They level up based on commercial wealth. So if lots of people are shopping there, they'll level up. And then if they level up, they expect more customers to come. So it's like a vicious circle. Like, there's a lot going on in the simulation that honestly, like I don't understand all of it massively. But But yeah, that's been basically the gist of it from what I can understand right now. So the key thing is to make sure your citizens are wealthy, but not so wealthy that they spend so much money in your shops that they level up and then you don't have enough citizens to satisfy the demand in them. So yeah, that's kind of it. I've actually never seen a not enough goods to sell from commercial, because ultimately when they're like, if they're selling a good that you're not producing, let's turn it off, day night cycle. Are we done with that? Do we like day night cycle? I'll leave it on. Because yeah, if your industry isn't producing enough products to meet your shop's demands, they'll import it from outside, basically. So none of the shops ever complain about not enough goods to sell, like they did in Cities Skylines 1. And I've also never had any complaints from industry at all. So again, I don't know why, but yeah, we haven't had that. Some of these other warnings, there's just a dead person waiting. Same as CS1, we need some hearses, we need some more crematoriums. Over here, we've got a collapsed house, and that's due to lack of maintenance. So basically, you need lots of stone quarries in your city in order to maintain your buildings so that they don't collapse. That's generally the gist of that. Abandoned means that basically the people there couldn't afford to live there anymore, so they moved out. Yeah, that's basically it. So like these probably had the high rent warning and then they became abandoned. So that happens quite a bit with, oh, got a flicker. Oh, we're coming to daytime. This is there's a few bugs in the game. Where's the sunrise? Here you go. Here we go. Let's have a look at sunrise. It is very pretty. Very blinding as well. Sorry about that. Yeah, so in the low income housing, you'll find when you first start playing the game, they probably become abandoned very quickly. And that's because you need to lower the taxes on uneducated and poorly educated citizens so that they can afford the rent to live there, basically. But then on the flip side of that, if you want to get high density demand, you have to lower the tax on highly educated citizens. So basically, my kind of lesson that I've learned since I've probably done that last third video, maybe a little bit before that, is keeping residential tax low seems to generally always be a good thing for your city. I heard someone say that zoning a larger than 4x4 house will result in higher rent. Have you noticed this? Yes, absolutely. So the zoning plot size absolutely kind of goes into the rent. So you'll notice most of the ones, if I come over here, with higher rent tend to be, so that one's not so much, but they have wretched wealth. Okay, they're wretched as well. They're all wretched. Yeah, they tend to be larger plot sizes. So if you did like a 2x2, for example, they're less likely to have the high rent warning because their rent will be less. So it is based on the size of the plot of land, ultimately, the rent that they're paying. Dupix, our question, have you ever run into no residential zone demand yet? Oh yes. In the previous videos, everyone has always had residential, always growing in no matter what. So yes, I did in my third video. So I will say, a lot of people picked up in the third. So in my third video, I had no residential demand at all for any type, and a lot of people did pick up because when I clicked on this, it said, "Obviously, we haven't got enough jobs now because the city's just grown and I haven't built anything in it." So there you go. But yeah, I clicked on here and it said minus taxes, so the taxes are too high. And I had loads of comments saying, "Well, your taxes are too high, and that's why it's not." I had played with it quite extensively before I started recording that, and lowering the taxes at that stage in the city hadn't affected it. So there is a lot of kind of waiting game in playing it, to kind of, you have to just wait for time ultimately to get the demand for things that you want and let the city mature, because a lot of the simulation takes months to kind of affect anything in game, particularly education. Like it takes, I think it's like 6 in-game months for a sim to, I mean, look at that. Like that's really nice, the little crane on the hill. I'm even going to say I like the, not the crane, the drill. We were going to say I like it, that kind of shot. Like there's an atmosphere to this game that is undeniable, absolutely. Oh, it's very nice in the morning time. I can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, so education in game takes 6 months for Sims to progress through the education system. So it takes a long time. So once you kind of put in a college, you're going to have to wait 6 months ultimately for your Sims to become college level educated. So it's kind of an ongoing thing, and you do have to ask. No, Stan, sorry to ask again. I didn't see you ask the first time. That's all right. There's so much going in chat and I'm wittering on. Can you place bus stops on elevated roads? I actually don't know. I think you can. Let's find out. So let's go to an elevated road. We'll go up to like a proper bridge level road. Actually, we'll try it on both. Let's go to a kind of embanked road as well. Over here. I'm actually going to turn off the cycle because the sun constantly moving and the shadows constantly moving is quite hard to watch, I will say as well. There we go. That's not an embanked road, so we're not on a flat piece of land. Okay, let's go like this. So can you place bus stops on it? You're going to have to find the bus stops again. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No problem at all. Yes, absolutely. So you can do that. You can have raised bus networks if you would so wish. And also as well, I'm pretty sure someone said in the official stream that they have turned off the ability to snap pathways to roads. That's not the case. So, okay, I can't seem to do it. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah. So you can still snap pathways to roads. So if you wanted an elevated bus network and you want to have a pathway up to it, you can do that. Yeah, it is a little bit bugged in that is fenced over and they just walk straight through it, but it is functional. It does work. Yeah, and you can still do it in the release version, so I don't know if later on they're going to take away that functionality. Did they mention if they're ever adding props to the game? They have not mentioned if they're ever adding props to the game, so literally the first piece of feedback I ever gave was like, please can we have props, fences, undergrowth, rocks, / any of those to add some detail to the game. And obviously there was a lot of people that agreed with that. They basically said that will not be implemented for launch. So I don't know if it's coming further down the line or not. I assume it will be because there's big demand for it. Like I think even not necessarily even detailers want some fences and some rocks and a little bit of something extra in the game. Like, because even if you're not a detailer, surely you still want to make things look like semi-realistic, and being able to plop a bench in a park area is a game changer. Like, you know, it just adds, it's a tiny little thing, but it adds so much to the game. Those graphics will be what has buggered the console release. Yes, Random P. Yes, it will. But yeah, like you can, from a distance, this looks very, very nice. Even on low settings, like if you ignore some of the trees in the front. Like, it's good. It's good. We can just imagine the fence as a gate that they can open. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. What are the achievements like? Is it a grind again? It's a little bit of a grind. Where's my achievements? Is it in here? Yes. Build a city with residential, commercial, and such. What? I mean, oh, I've got that right. Okay, I was just thinking, how have I not got that achievement? Right, I've got those. I did like. Which one is it? Oh, I'm sure I got one. Yeah, I got one for deleting 1,000 buildings. Yeah, for bulldozing them. Yeah, okay. I was trying to get the building I wanted to zone in, and then I realised they all level up and change anyway, and there's no historical button, so that makes it very difficult. Is it a grind? Unlock each building available in the base game. Yeah, I still haven't done that yet. Reach a population of 100,000 will be quite tricky. I won't lie. Go anywhere, have 20 active transport lines. That'll be pretty easy, to be honest. Experience a tornado. I don't know if anyone's seen them yet, but they're slightly underwhelming. Experience a forest fire. Yeah, I haven't really played with natural disasters, I won't lie. Build an airport. Up and away, build any airport. Oh, wait, sorry, that's this one. Yeah, so I haven't actually placed an airport in. Should we get that achievement right now? Let's place in an airport. That should be relatively easy to achieve, right? I'm going to place it on some really bumpy land, and we're going to see what happens here. Oh, I haven't locked it yet. Let's go and unlock it in the milestones, in the development tree even. Let's unlock just the regular airport. Let's see what. Oh my god, it is quite actually. It's quite big. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be actually. From having a look at other people's videos, again, I've still not placed one in. This is how new to the game I am. Okay, so we're going to place one on really slopey terrain, and we're going to see how it looks. I'm assuming it's going to flatten the whole thing out. Oh, that's interesting. The grass bank there. Quite like that. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Well, I like the fact that this slopes at the front when you're placing it in like that. But yeah, there's the airport. Very nice. Very nice. It's got terrible road connections to it, so that might cause some traffic. Let's go back to achievements. Some of them are a grind. When I've been through them before, Some of them are pretty grindy. I think the most thing released 1,000 citizens with an average happiness rating of 25. I mean, that probably wouldn't be too difficult to do, just delete everything. Is the modding beta separate from the testing you've been on, or have you been access to try mods? So no, I have not tried any mods. That is a separate beta. Yes, yeah. Have a total loan interest of at least 200,000. Build 10 parks. These would be easy. Build 10 parks in a single city. How have I not even got one park? I've definitely got at least one park. That might be a bug. Welcome one and all. Have a total of 6,000 tourists. I mean, I've already got 1,000. I've not really placed anything touristy. I don't think they're particularly grindy. The thing that's very grindy is signature buildings. Like, you look at some of these. Level 5 EU high density housing, 200 squares of it. That's a lot. And to get to level 5 takes a long time in game as well. So yeah, that's pretty grindy. Is it possible to check how long the runway is? Yes, no, guys, let's get into details. We can because this shows in meters, doesn't it? So it is 1 kilometre long. Is that long for a runway? I don't know. 1 kilometre is the detailing that I'm waiting for. I think we all are, Mark. I think we all are. How basic is it for transport objects to have built-in avoidance? Built-in avoidance? I'm not sure what you mean, relative me. What about rat achievement? I know it's gone, Jack. It's gone. So the rat infestation, I think they were going to develop out, and I'm sure it'll probably come with time, the natural disasters a hell of a lot more than they have now. So at the moment, I'm pretty sure from talking to other creators, again, I've not personally tried natural disasters. It's just not something I really play with unless I'm having fun. I'm always having fun. That was the wrong way of putting it. But yeah, there's tornadoes and there's forest fires. I don't think anyone else has seen any other natural disasters. So I can only assume thunderstorms, tsunamis would come. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, originally in that kind of leaked achievement list, yeah, we definitely saw rat infestation. I'm pretty sure we saw pandemics or something along those lines. It would be awesome if they added those in. So yeah, I think it'd be very cool. You'd be very motivated not to overshoot the runway as a pilot. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? You're gonna go fly. Oh, it's turned to cliff texture now. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Yeah. Yeah, you would be. You definitely would. I'm gonna have a little hydration break while my voice cracks. Oh, you were talking to someone else, Random P. Right, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. That is short. It's short, is it? Okay. I was going to say it looks quite short to me. Like, compared to the airports that we were making with the airports DLC and Cities 1, it does look short. So, yeah, that's good that it's confirmed that it's short. Are there 1x1 homes? No, there are not. So let's, where can I do a little bit of zoning? So I think the FPS on this is bearable. Like, you guys can tell me if you think you're having a really crappy experience watching it, but I think it's bearable. Okay, let's level back down. Okay, yeah, so let's do some zoning. So no, there are no 1x1 houses of any type in any building. So, like, yeah, if you do that, they just won't zone in. But the one thing I would add is that unlike Cities 1, okay, so if we put in a ridiculously curvy, horrendous road like this, you'll see there's not a single block of it that is 1x1. So it kind of, if you're just like zoning in the way the game intends you or wants you to, you're not going to get any of those 1x1 blocks anyway. Yeah, so yeah, the smallest you will get is a 2x2, which is the smallest asset you can get, with the exception of row houses. So row houses obviously come in only widths of 1. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one, that's why. Yeah, there we go. Squash another building. Yeah, they only come in widths of 1. So even if you like mass zoned a row house, every house is going to be a width of 1. So that's just how it is. And you will see there's interesting little things like this one. That you can see here is only zoned in 3 deep, even though I've done it 6 deep. You just have to delete it and do it like that. So there's some like finicky things to it. Low density housing, yeah, there are no 1 wide assets at all. There's yeah, just nothing. They won't zone in like that. As soon as you put in a block of 2, there you go. So a 2x2 is the smallest you can go. Late response to the not enough customers had to rewatch Biffa's stream. OE called in during the stream and Biff said not to overzone commercial where the demand goes down. Yes, that's true, but Colossal Order have acknowledged that there is a bug with it. So we're waiting to kind of find out more about that. Yeah. But yes, definitely don't overzone commercial when the demand goes down. But I've got massive demand for commercial right now, and my city, let's go back to this, is flooded with not enough customer. Oh, they've actually, do you know what? They've actually gone down. I'll be interested to rewind the stream. I think the commercial demand was still there. They are coming and going. Got more high rent warnings now, so. But yeah, that's the smallest you can get. With the high density as well, again, like there's just no buildings that are 1 by 1. It's all 2 by 2 smallest, which kind of like, I don't know why they, I guess they did do the grid like 1 dimensions, because I assume when we come to assets or other packs, we'll probably get some 1 by 1 buildings in that. But yeah, and we've obviously got the row houses, which are 1 wide, so we'd have to have that in the game. Have the zones be that side is what it's meaning. I swear you say cucumber here, not FewCandy at the beginning of your videos. I just say it really quickly, and most of the time I'm like tired and sick from my lovely children, so my voice isn't the best. Sorry. FewCandy, I will say it more properly next time. Can you turn those disasters off? Yes, when you go into a map, so if you say new game here, let's just select a map, you can turn natural disasters on or off here. So you can choose whether you have them on the map. If I actually, interestingly, if I go into load game and let's load up a city, you can go into map options before you load the game and you can turn on natural disasters. So I could turn it on for this city now without interrupting progress. I could also turn on unlock all or unlimited money. Once you've turned on unlock all, you won't be able to go back from it. Same with unlimited money, I think, in Cities 2 as well. But natural disasters, you can toggle on and off to your heart's content. Should we quickly go into winter version of the game, or do you want to see autumn? I have actually got all the different saves. Let's go into winter. We don't mind losing the progress there. 2 by 2 may seem all right. I don't want the gardens. Yeah, I think that's another thing about the game. Yeah, so this is winter, by the way. Orange trees, which haven't dropped their leaves, especially when you zoom out, you can't see it. But when you zoom in, the trees are generally covered in snow. Not all of them, interestingly, but yeah, it's quite nice. It's going to be a blanket of white. We might change it back to autumn soon. What was the question? 2 by 2s, yeah. So I think, like, with that, okay, it's kind of hard to see in winter. It's probably the wrong time to change it. That's the one thing with all the assets. Like, in Cities 1, a lot of the assets kind of came with almost open backyards and everything was very open. And then you could kind of, and particularly on the commercial as well, you could change the asset and, like, do what I do in things like my Oregon series, where you can add extra detail to the back of it to kind of change it up a little bit, even in pretty much vanilla without mods. Well, without the props, but yeah, with some props you can do that, whereas these are fully fledged. Like, you know, I'd take the European suburbia houses and put my own hedges into it so that they would all line up perfectly, but with this, because they've all kind of got all of that detail on it already, you can't really put your own stamp on it, which I think is like an interesting dynamic. Like, some people obviously are going to absolutely love that detailing's done for you, easy done, bam. But equally, like, some other people might dislike it, particularly when it comes to things like this on the corner. Like, this is a good example. We've got this random space here. If there weren't hedges around it, and we had hedges in the game, then, you know, you could draw in your own hedges to make this feel cohesive between the two assets, rather than feeling like two different, very much two different assets with a huge gap in between, basically. Can we test natural disasters? Yes, we can. Yeah. Oh, a FewCandy, maybe they kept the props from the release because the developers want to see you complete Solitude first. I wish it was that. I wish it was that. Yes, we can go and turn on natural disasters. Yeah, just like this is. Oh, look, we're gonna get snow. There you go. Like, it's such a vibe. Like, it's got an atmosphere. I really strongly dislike the fact that we haven't got proper winter trees. Like, this is kind of weird to me. I think if we go and hover over them now, yeah, they're not even changing to snow yet. It's a little bit not perfect, the winter dynamic. I will say. But there's a lot to like about it. Like, this is such an atmosphere. Like, you've got the snow coming down. We've got these dark clouds over the city, which does affect the lighting in it. We've got snow on the roofs now as well. I didn't mention that. We do also have, obviously, cars driving around with their snowy windscreens. But it's a proper atmosphere. Like, yeah. I like it. And when they've sorted out the trees and done a bit, like, you know, a bit more to add the snow to some backyards and make that a little bit more sort of real parks as well, just like plain green, make that feel a bit more realistic, it's going to be awesome in winter, I think. Okay, let's go and play with natural disasters on. And I know we wanted to look at the photo mode as well, so we will do that. What am I doing? Loading game. Let's go to autumn. I think this is autumn. Map options. Natural. I am also absolutely loving just jumping from save games like this without having to exit to desktop like you do in Cities 1 when you've got a single mod loaded. It's very nice. But yeah, even in loading screens, even in the menu, your GPU utilization doesn't drop. Oh, it dropped to 88% then. Okay, yeah, I can't complain. Have we got snow? Oh, good, it's gone. Okay, that was the sort of hangover from the last game. Fall is awesome. Did we turn on natural disasters? Did I actually do it? I can't remember if I actually did it now. Might have to just reload the game just to make sure. Did I do it? Can we have a look at some of the size variety of mixed use zoning? So for medium density residential, from what I can see, there seems to be missing lots of 4 to 6 story apartment buildings. Yes, we can have a look at that, Bob. Yes, absolutely. Loading time is amazing. Yes. I am on an SSD as well here, so that will help. Okay, definitely got natural disasters ticked. Let's load the game. Yeah, they're amazing. Over 5, sometimes 10 minutes for a loading screen Mythlond is far too long. I don't think I've ever waited for that in Cities. Yeah, you need to cut down your asset list. Or if that is vanilla, then yeah, that's a long time to wait. Kudos to you for waiting that amount of time. Okay, we'll see if we can get some natural disasters on. Can we have a look at some of the mixed use? Yes, we can. So yeah, mixed use. This is the European mixed use stuff. So we have got one that's like 5 or 6 here. When they level up, they get really big though. So yeah, this is still only a level 2 building here. I think some of these might be, no, they're still level 2. Yeah, they're quite tall. In the European one, you can get cute little ones like this. So, oh god, oh my god, where am I? I'm in a building. Okay, let's move that. Yeah, you can get cute little ones like this. This is the 2x5. Like, these are really nice assets. I don't know how these kind of look when they level up, but basically the smaller zone size you do, the smaller the asset that will zone in. Are these mixed use here? Yes, this is mixed use as well. So you can get some kind of cute little small ones, and then you can also get some much larger ones. If I come over here, these are some of my favourites as well. So these are only 4, yeah, going up to 6 story with the extension on the back. But they're quite nice and low. You're not gonna be able to create a kind of small little village with this game, in the base game at least, because the assets just aren't there. Yeah, they're just not there at the moment. But you can create a little vibe, I think. Like, what's this one over here? This one's very blocky. That's still only level 2. I mean, that one, again, you can see the footprint of that is huge. So that's why it's giving you this kind of like bigger blocky vibe. But if you go for smaller zoning, it definitely does help. We've got to keep our eye out for tornadoes. Let's come over here and we can do some of that. So yeah, with mixed zoning, you can again do a 2x2. We'll be on European, so I'll do a North American one next to it so you can kind of compare. Then if you go up in size, let's go a little bit bigger. Yeah, we'll go like that. We got enough demand. And then okay, we'll go to a really big one, like a 5x6 here. And again with North American, and then you can see the kind of assets that spawn in. Quite often there's 1 or 2 variations. So I've noticed with industry, for most industry sizes, the small industry buildings are awesome as well. Like you can get ones without smoke stacks. So that's something I've kind of been working on in the background, is how do I make industry look good, because the like stream of smokestacks we get at the moment is a little bit off-putting for me personally. And going for smaller building sizes and actively deleting, waiting for the kind of style that you want to zone in does work, and you can get rid of a lot of the smokestacks by that, but it takes a lot of patience. I know, too many assets, maybe it was a RAM issue, yeah, that's the trouble, yeah. I'm glad they got rid of all the icky signs and the junk off the buildings. Yes, definitely, like, then we're not flooded with horrendous looking. Obviously, I've got tons of not enough customer warnings again in this city, with a little bit of commercial demand as well. So that's interesting. Are you playing on 1080? I know I'm playing on 2K, but YouTube is compressing it down to 1080 for the stream to make sure the stream is of all right quality for you guys. What do the smallest 2x1 or 2x2 industrial assets look like? Yeah, I can show you those. They're nice actually. They're nice. I don't mind the little like 2x2s. The 3x2 is quite nice as well. And you can actually zone industrial right next to residential like this if it's a small amount. They don't seem to complain too much about it. So it's quite good. But yeah, I'll zone in a few of these because we might not get like exactly the style, but you can see what the small industry looks like. It's pretty nice. Can you show us what Steam achievements you've got so far? I did just show that, so I won't spend loads of time on it. I've got build a first city, have a look at each individual info view tab, create a city district and assign a city service to that district, reach enough milestones to unlock all city services, have a city that produces electricity by only renewable energy sources, of course, build 5 signature buildings in a city, assign a policy to a city district, have at least 1,000 citizens and an average happiness of 75%, unlock 50 map tiles in a single city. I assume I've got that. Experience all 4 seasons, yes. Build 10 signature buildings in a city. Build a city where there's at least 15% of the population has a university level education. Plant 100 trees, of course. Have buildings of all 4 zoning types. I mean, some of them are super easy. Bulldoze a total of 1,000 buildings, yeah. I mean, I'd probably easily hit about 3,000 or 4,000 with this now. Yeah, that's what I've got for the achievements. So yeah, these are the small industry buildings. They're quite nice. They're quite nice. Like, I like these little ones. They're sort of like little warehouses. They're kind of like the buildings I put in Solitude. And there's not very much detailing on the back, I'm just noticing as well. So you could do stuff with that when we get some detailing options. Yeah, you'll see, like, obviously the 2x2 is pretty similar. We have actually got, so this is a warehouse over here. So you can see when you click on it, it's got storage for grain, obviously. You see that. These ones, so the 2x2s over here, are actual, yeah, manufacturing industry. So you can see the difference from that. If you didn't want this here, then you could bulldoze it. But if you're hoping to try and spawn in a grain silo like this somewhere else, it's going to take you a hell of a long time to do that, because you can put in a 2x2 and literally anything could come. Well, you'll either get this building or you'll get, you know, a warehouse of a different style. So you could keep doing it for ages and it may not necessarily come in. So that kind of makes it slightly hard from a detailing perspective. If you've got patience, go for it. Yeah, the 3x2s, there was a different one to this that I was thinking of. Yeah, because you have got obviously the smokestacks on those, but there is one without it, which is quite cute as well. And actually, while I'm at it, I'll show you the small commercial too, because they're quite nice and dinky. And the small offices. I have a few of those. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a point. There is no 2x3 office. I did notice that before. Yeah, they just don't spawn in. So, yeah, we can have a 3x2 instead. We'll have a look at that. If we go back and have a look at, yeah, the mixed use. So the North American style is quite noticeably different to the European, and you can see in these bigger lots, you're getting really tall, really big buildings. You go down to the smaller lots. Again, like the North American's definitely noticeable to the European, the pitch roof versus the flat roof. Yeah, but you do get quite dinky little buildings, so you could create a smallish high street if you wanted to with these. Can you show how easy harbour creation is and other shoreline assets? Was a real pain in CS1 to get a good position for docks, etc. on vanilla? Yes, I can show you that. Yeah, I can show you how the cargo. well, all the harbours need a lot of space actually to spawn into. Steve, welcome in. Can I ask, do you have any graphics settings saved for anyone to follow? I will, if people do want to follow it, I will go more slowly through the graphics settings I've got here, but this is what I'm using for this. I've had my FPS and GPU usage up the whole time. I'm on recommended specs for CPU and GPU, so you can make your own mind up. But yeah, take a snapshot of this, and then I'll scroll down. So that was down to volumetrics. Yeah, this is the bottom of the list. So that's all of my settings. I haven't really gone into advanced and tweaked too much. Well, I have at some stage, but I haven't on this. I didn't really see noticeable differerences. So yeah, that's it. Can you copy that grain bin and place it elsewhere? No. There is no copy in move it function, unfortunately. Oh, geezer, no. Those small industry buildings would look great with parking lots behind them. Yes, this is just it. Like, I think you can get super duper creative with some of there you go, there's the 3x2. I love it. It's really nice. You could mix that in with a little bit of commercial. Yeah, parking lot behind it, totally, and it would look awesome. Like I really, especially actually, yeah, you're right, with these brick walls would look really good with a bit of parking behind it. Yeah, small commercial. It's no catfish cafe. It's no catfish cafe. Am I happy with the overall textures? Zoomed in close, yes. Zoomed out when I've got like level of detail turned down to low. Like I think it's most noticeable realistically when I come down here. These buildings in the sort of medium distance, you don't really care too much about further away, don't look very good. Like this is a blurry mess on my screen. This one is as well. These ones are even here. Like they're not sharp and crisp. So from that perspective, that's kind of the thing that I probably struggle most with the game is obviously I've got better FPS, but it's a trade-off between things looking nice at that sort of medium distance. Up close, amazing. The textures really, really, really are amazing. Yeah. Is commercial better than CS1? Ooh, good question. Let's go and take a look at these little small assets. These, yes. However, I feel like there's a little bit of personality missing, like, and certain types of asset as well. Like I said, the Catfish Cafe, like a small little local cafe, or things like Big Bite. Like, you know, those kind of assets that you remember and they have personality to it? I feel like some of that is just missing. Like, everyone knows a Big Bite. Is everyone going... Okay, that's an office there, so that's a bad idea. Is everyone going to remember Peak Stall Co? I don't think they will. Like, just as an example. Bensel. Sorry, that was a massive scream down the mic. I didn't mean that. Bensel. Will people remember that? Not as much as like Big Bite or Catfish Cafe or any of those assets that had a huge personality. The other thing with these is as well, which is really cool. So like backtracking a bit, this is probably a furniture shop. I can tell you that without looking. Yes, because the signage is relevant to it. Bensel, I don't know, mate. I don't know. That's not giving me anything obvious. Okay, it's vehicles, so that's selling cars. But you can kind of see that if I go to another place where we've got quite a lot of the low density commercial at least. So over here, yeah, what have we got here? Shinies. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is actually. Recreation. Okay, well that's why it's not super obvious. You can kind of guess from the signing. So we've got phrase stack books. So I'm guessing that's paper. Yeah, exactly. We've got this will be petrochemicals. Goes without saying. There's a lot of garage assets. We've got 3 garage assets in a row here. Still placeholder textures, artifacts, and the little planters out front. Yes. Oh, well, the little blue things you're talking about that look crazy. Yeah. They're still a bit off. There's still a few things that need working on, but now that we've got the hedge texture in, that you may remember from earlier videos look truly goddamn awful, things look a lot better. Yeah, but there are still certain props which are very weird. So yeah, obviously we've got vehicles. Bensel sells vehicles. Thick digital. Okay, so this is selling electronics. Yes. So you can kind of guess from the signage, which is a cool thing. But again, so like when you spawn in a building, this building could come in and it could be a furniture shop, it could be a food shop, whatever it might be. What's this? Sneaky Ridge. So I'm guessing this is experiences or... Oh, it's textiles. Sneaky... Okay, we'll say... Well, oh, shoes made for exploring. Well, there you go. That would have given it away. Yeah, I feel like some of that sort of like quirky asset personality is a little bit missing. But that being said, like it's so much more realistic. So it's, you know, we want things to be realistic. So we've got what we wanted, I suppose, in that. It's an interesting dynamic. It's yeah, it's something I debate quite a lot. If we go and look at the large density commercial as well, I've got quite a bit. So some of it has grown up. I think, are these residential? Yes, they are still. So I thought I had some large density commercial that have grown into an almost tower. Like they do get quite big. It's the same deal with the signage as well. So we've got, what's this? I can't read that. Spin-off bakery, so that's going to be a food shop almost certainly if we click on it. Yeah, it's selling convenience food. So you can kind of tell from the signage, which is super cool. Like, I like that. Some of the high-density commercial I still have problems with. The mixed use is much nicer, but again, they are quite large here. These look... I know they look like some high-density commercial, but they've got I feel like that warrants a bigger kind of zoning size, honestly. It's actually totally realistic, at least here in Finland, that gas stations are bunched up against each other like that, yeah? What, you'd have 3 gas stations in a row? We would have one. In the UK, you could quite often see one like on one side of a street and the other side. But yeah, not like 3 in a row. Should we follow a sim round while I have a little drink and we have a little chat? Let's reduce the simulation speed. Do we want to follow Sim? Where's she going? Is that far away? I guess like super close. Let's follow a car. Let's follow a car. SUV. Okay, this is a taxi. Right, so hopefully they'll drive around a little bit and we can get a little view of the city from this perspective. We'll zoom right into the car. There we go. I didn't notice until now the hedges. Yes. I'm sure you've answered this before I joined, however, what's your opinion on all the discussions regarding mods on CS2? Honestly, I've no idea what Paradox Mods launcher is like. Is the game volume really loud now? Right, let me just tone it down a little bit. Oh, I've just realized, yeah, so it doesn't follow the car. Are we driving out of the city? Oh, no, we're not. Yeah, okay, we're going up the hill. That's all right. It's very fast. Is that sound better? I don't know what Paradox Mods is like, so I'm not really forming an opinion on it until I get to see it. It could be like a massive improvement on the Steve Workshop, so for all we know, yeah, it could be a lot better. I think there's no point in sort of really speculating over it until we see it. I think the good thing about it is that, you know, Colossal Order and Paradox recognise the value that we are driving out of the city. Recognise the value that mods have brought to CS1. And they know like how important it is to people's gameplays. Okay, we're going somewhere with this car, so we'll follow them. They know how important it is to people's gameplay, so it's they're definitely going to make every effort to make Paradox mods as user friendly and listen to feedback and change things probably as well. I would assume anyway, based on like how we know that they kind of deal with viewer feedback and that sort of thing. So I think it could be really good. I think there's no point worrying about it until we know what it's like. Can the pedestrian roads be upgraded to have trees? They're so wide, would look so good with trees. I actually don't think I've ever tried. So we'll try in a second. We'll let this car like drive into the city. It goes very fast. This is one thing. We are on highway road, so maybe it'll like slow down from here. This city is not very well built. Well, at least this like the first part of it, because it was like I didn't have any time. We had to put videos out, and I didn't know what I was doing on the game, so I was just like slapping things down, honestly, in a panic to get a video out. The downtown part of the city I am quite proud of. Like the road networks are pretty nice, and I did a much better, more thoughtful job of it. It's nice from a street level. Yeah, we'll go and see the pedestrian roads in a second. Where I live, gas petrol stations are usually across the street also. Yeah, I think that's pretty common. Yeah. Do I have the autobahn policy? I don't actually know, miss, so they're just driving very quick. They are just driving very quick. All going up over the busy railway bridge here. There's the train. Trains are so good in this. I wish they'd have toned down the vehicles rocking like that. You won't go around corners. Yeah, I totally agree. But again, like little things like that, like we can all laugh about it and have fun over it. And what you know, games are meant to be fun. So I'm fine with little quirks like that. But yeah, I agree. It's not super realistic. Also realistic till the car wobbles and always topples over. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is there first-person view from the car or transport? There is not. This is what you get. Yeah. You can zoom in a little bit more than I have done there, so down to here. But that's about it. Yeah, yeah. Let's go and test the pedestrian roads. Oh yeah, there we go. Press WASD to get away from it. Pedestrian streets. Can we upgrade them? No, we cannot. No, we cannot. So you cannot get trees on them. That's quite disappointing because, yeah, they are pretty wide and grey. I wish they'd done a narrower version of this, like a 1-unit one would have been awesome to have. Do pathway tools have cut and fill options, or is that limited to roads? No, they absolutely do. So, yeah, it's the same dynamic as roads. So if I go over here, this is a pathway that comes out of here and goes along the road. The only thing is with pathways is they don't sit in very nicely, the key wall. So like literally I terraform the edge of the land up to here, and unless it sticks out this side, this is the best we got. So it looks pretty awful up close, but very nice as a key wall. Again, you can see like the texture on this, amazing, like amazing, like lovely detail. Really, really like it. Yeah, yeah, that's a pathway key wall. It works in the same way. Yeah, very much works in the same way. Let's find a citizen to follow quickly. Because they'll go a little bit slower. So you can kind of like pace it a little bit better, I think. There we go. Admire the buildings from afar. Where are we going? Oh, we're going, okay, over and around that tree. Give the cars shock absorbers. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Do you have a favourite map? How many have you played? I've played on pretty much all of them. Like, only like, I've been into all of them. I think I've pretty much built tiny little things on most of them. My favourite map, I mean, Mountain Village is undeniably the most gorgeous map, which is the one that most of the content creators did their little series on, which I kind of figured they would because it's definitely the best looking. Like the scenery of it, for me anyway, is amazing. Like the mountains coming around this little river in the middle is really like dynamic and really cool. Sweeping Plains I've actually grown to quite like. There is one mountain in it. Oh yeah, look, let's just pause to like take stock of this. We've got bras on the outside of their clothes. There's some more interesting clothing dynamics, which we may see as we walk around, but there are people literally walking around in their pants with fishnet stockings on. Yeah, it's interesting. I even actually found a kid with their pants on the outside of their tights the other day. So again, there's a few things that are still to be like ironed out in terms of The Sims. Would terraforming, flattening that land by the key will fix it? No, that I've tried that extensively and it just doesn't sit in nicely. Because the path is so narrow, as soon as you go any further with the flattening of the land, it sticks out the other side of the key. So it's kind of, you could do it quite nicely on a hillside if you didn't want like a super tall key wall, but to get something like that in amongst the water's edge, oh hello, going into a building, yeah, you can't get it any further than that, which is kind of annoying. My kind of CS quirks are the Finnish flags and milk advertisement billboards everywhere. The company names are full of funny Finnish culture references. Are they? Well, see, that's just it. I need to get to know Finnish culture references so that I can like enjoy the signage as well then. Wardrobe malfunctions, exactly, Steve, yeah. Hilarious that the bras and pants are rendered in the first place, though. Yeah, exactly, Mum. Like, honestly, like, the fishnet stockings on them are, like, heavily detailed lace around the top of it, like, super detailed lace patterns. Like, I mean, fair play. It's amazing effort and amazing work that's gone into it, but, like, unneeded. Unneeded. The lady with the outside bra is given Sims towny fashion, Nancy Landgrab, hot weather fashion. Yes, yes, she is, yeah. Seems to be a whole neighbourhood of bikers said, oh, here's another bra on the outside. I think that was a kid as well. Yeah, there's a lot of bikers. There's a lot of bikes that go around in cities too. Yeah, yeah, a lot of bikes indeed. Why wouldn't they include keys in the base game? I guess because they've got them in the kind of the road tools. Maybe they felt like oh my god, what is going on at that doorway? It looks like there's like a load of dog wagging tails sticking out of the door. Very interesting. We've also got another bra on the bench. You could kind of like do a like drink when you spot an outside bra going on. Okay. Trying to find who else should we follow. Let's follow this guy for a bit. The Sims also do look different between when they're retired and when they're children. So when they're retired, they do they do look a little bit different. I've got another bra on the outside there as well. They really need to balance the motorbike to car ratio. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, it's cool having the motorbikes though. Like, it's a step up from the mobility scooters that we had in CS1 as well. Why would they include keys? Sorry, that was a question. Because I think they think that they've offered it with the road tools, which they sort of have to an extent. Like, you can put keys in. You don't have to build along the road if you don't want to. Keys will come. I have no doubt about it. Like, people love them. Keys will come over time. Wouldn't be surprised, actually. Again, I don't know this. This is total speculation. Oh, there's a kid. The bro on the outside. The Sims are hilarious in this game. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if keys come with the, like, Docks and Ports DLC that's out in Q2, I think, next year. Are there any homeless people here? Yes, there are. Yeah, there are. It takes a bit of time to spot them. But yeah, there are homeless people in the cities. They also put down little campgrounds in parks and things like that, so you can actually see, like, tents popping up in parks when you have a lot of homelessness. Their clothes are ripped as well when you do find them, so they do look, you know, less kept, I suppose, than a lot of the other Sims with their bras on the outside. Yeah, I love this store called Cheap and Random. Yes. Yeah, there are some good names. I think Cheap and Random could definitely come one of those, like, cult store names, couldn't it? Good. Thoughts on the tree growing mechanic? Very annoying. Like, yeah, it's great. Like, at first when I heard about it, I was like, wow, that's so cool. Like, really, really cool. Very realistic. All the rest of it. The way I like to play the game, it's really annoying. Really annoying. Yeah. I just want to see a fully grown tree. I mean, I've let this simulation run for months and months and months to get these trees to grow up to this point. So yeah, it's quite annoying. I do think though they've listened to a lot of feedback on that, and I would not be surprised. Again, total speculation. Like, I don't know if this is the case or not, but I would not be surprised if they do bring out an option to toggle off the tree growth. I think the issue with it is. Let's go into photo mode for a second. We'll have a look at this intersection over here. Yeah, I think the trouble with it is that it's all built into the game mechanics. Like, the forestry needs that in order to operate. But if we had a toggle so that we could place prop trees that don't count towards the forestry industry, then I feel like that's a nice workaround. I don't think it's out of the question for them to introduce something like that, just because there has been so much conversation about it. Do you get any refund if you delete a city service building? You get 75% of what you paid for it back, so you lose 25%. I've got a 4070 laptop GPU. I'm scared to play. You'll be all right. Like, I don't know. I mean, you guys can tell me. Let me know in the comments as well if you're watching the VOD back what you think of the quality of this stream. Because I feel like playing today, actually, especially I was a bit nervous to stream because I didn't know if it would drop the frames and things like that, but it hasn't from when I play normally. I don't think it's been too bad. Like, it's playable at a city that's almost 50k. There's certain elements, like I said, like, you look at that skyscraper in the background now, very blurry. But yeah, it's a trade-off. I desperately want mods for alternative economic systems. I would really like a mod for... So when you put down an industrial building or you put down a commercial building, you can choose whether it's furniture or electronics or whatever the product is that it's either selling or making, because it's so difficult to balance the production chain. Like, I know a lot of people are really into that, and will be getting this game essentially for that, but it's honestly so hard to do. Like, the taxes and things like that on the products take a while to take effect, so it's very difficult to know when anything you've done actually works. But also you can lower the tax on electronics, for example, spawn in a load of industry, and you won't get a single electronics building, even if you've got a big deficit. So it's kind of, I feel like there's things that they need to iron out within the production chain, but having the ability to be able to choose if a building does make electronics or not would make it very, very kind of interesting and more of a challenge to balance that production chain, because you would actually kind of be able to a certain point, I think, or get close to it at least. Just give us the option to place old or saplings. Yeah. I'm fairly happy with this quality. Okay, that's good. Yeah, quite okay. Yeah, this is just it. Like, now that I know, so after I recorded the last video on, like, I mean, the FPS was like 9, So everyone says, oh no, it's 20 FPS. No, it was worse than that. Like, it was awful. And the simulation speed had slowed right down because I had the level of detail on high. Or actually, I think I had it on medium, in fact. So dropping it to low or very low makes so much difference. Yeah. But yeah, once I've known that, it's much more playable. It's, yeah, yeah. I do think performance is too much of an issue. Obviously, the big issue, though, is the GPU utilisation. So it's going to put strain on your hardware. It's going to shorten the lifespan of any GPU you have, which is not a good thing because they're so expensive. So that's really my main concern over kind of the FPS and stuff. Got a run for you. Love the stream. Bye, Mando. Thanks for popping in. Right, I think we're going to do the giveaways now. So this could be an interesting one. I don't know how this is going to go down. But basically, we have got a whole load of Cities Skylines 1 and Cities Skylines... Cities Skylines 1 DLCs and content creator packs to give away. And these have been incredibly kindly donated to the community from both Ben, who I think is here today, and Ebo, who can't be with us live, but I know is on his way to have a fantastic trip. Hope you have fun, Ebo, when you're watching back. But both of them have... Have I not got my metro in this city? Hang on a second. I have not got my metro in this city. Let's go to my current save to do the... I didn't notice any disasters, actually, then. That's the thing. You don't kind of get notified when there is a disaster. I have seen that from other players and heard that in the various chats and Discord. And you also don't get notified when there's a car crash. I wish you did, so that you could catch it and actually watch it live. Yeah, I was going to hover over. Let's watch this subway station here, because we do have an issue. In fact, there it is. Floating Sims. Which, again, I quite like. I'm not going to complain about that too much. Oh, the subway's very loud here, though. That is a bit of a problem. We'll zoom out a little bit. We can just kind of watch the traffic and the background go in here while we do the giveaway. Yeah, very kindly donated by Ben and Ebo. Oh, Ben's still here. Thank you, Ben. Massive shout out to Ben if you remember. Let's put some holy molies in chat for Ben to say thank you for offering all of these DLCs as giveaway. So yeah, basically how it's going to work is I've got those, and then I also have a copy of Cities Skylines II Ultimate Edition, which I will do at the end. There are some kind of rules for this. Like, people have donated these Cities Skylines 1 DLC, so I'm donating the Cities Skylines 2. I will just have to give myself a credit. But the Cities Skylines 1 is Ben and Evo. They donated it to the community. I really want it to go to people who need these DLCs and not just people who are going to take the key and give it to someone else or whatever. So please don't participate in this if you don't need them. That's really important to me, that they actually go to people in the community who need them. The way it's going to work is I am kind of debating how we give these away, but I think what I'm going to do is give you some kind of like trivia questions on some of my content, and the first person to write the correct answer in chat will get the prize. So obviously if you know the answer, don't give it in chat because you'll spoil it for everyone else if you're not in it to win it, as it were. So that's how it's going to be. CS2 only on PC, right? Yes, it is a Steam version of the Ultimate Edition for Cities Skylines 2. So you do need a PC to run it, and the more decent PC, the better. Let's face it. Daniel would love a copy of CS2. Excellent. Are there people here who want base game CS1? I know there was a couple of people at the start who said they never played it. I have got 2 codes for base game CS1 to give away if people are interested in that in the chat. You have them all, so you skip. Jeff's going to skip. Love that shot on the screen, by the way. Thank you. Yes, it is very nice. You can kind of see, like, I don't know if it's obvious on the stream VOD or not, but like this fence, for example, doesn't look particularly great, but then the textures on the building right here look amazing, and this is all in low level of detail. So it's kind of, you sort of sacrifice that medium distance look a little bit with the change in that. Do the keys work on console? No, so these are PC keys. These are Steam keys specifically, I think, actually. Yeah. I would love CS1 giveaway if you don't have it. I need a few DLCs on console. What are your thoughts on the new performance requirements? They're high. I mean, I have the recommended specs for CPU and GPU. My game runs all of the latest AAA games without problem. I can play Starfield without any issue whatsoever on 4K and high settings and all the rest of it. So I think it is high. They've got some optimization to do. Yeah. My setup is in the description below, but yeah, it's recommended on CPU and GPU. I'd love CS2 and Super PC if you give me all that. Okay, CS1 DLC only, also for PC. I'm on console. It is for PC only, unfortunately, yes. Good night, Curtis. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, I'm going to kind of kick it off. I'll leave the base game ones because I think there'll probably be less people that want that for now. So I'm going to start off with the sports venue content creator pack. So if you haven't got that and you would like to win a copy of it, to be clear, on PC, on Steam, you can enter this. And again, please don't spoil it for other people if you don't want to. Also, if you do win it, I'll obviously shout it out, and it's going to be the first person that I read in my chat in the case of any delay. That is the rule that's going to go. You will need to contact me on either Discord or via my email, which is available on my About tab on YouTube as well, to claim your prize. I won't be giving it away in the stream for obvious reasons. GPX is off. Good night, good luck everyone. So sports venues, basically, if you do want in on it, the question I'm going to give you, again, people have to have watched my content to enter this. What's the name of the Oregon circuit which hosts Formula One each year? If you can get that right, the first person in chat gets sports venues content creator pack. And this is the point where we're going to have no one enter, and we'll just move on to the CS2 giveaway, and I'll just give them away on my community tab. But if people want to enter, that's the question. So good luck. We will get on to CS2. When would I ever have the time to play anything? I'm busy until January 1st. Oh, Gorgonzola. We can't find some time. Starfield content? You want Starfield content? Let's go. It could be arranged. I haven't massively loved it though, I'll be honest. I feel like it's too much time travel. But yeah. We haven't got any takers for my question either. People don't know the answer. Okay, I'll tell you what. On the sports venue one, if someone is watching the VOD back and you know the answer to that question, what is the name of the Oregon circuit which hosts Formula One each year? You can put it in the comments, and the first comment I get with the correct one can get sports venues content creator pack. So there we go. We'll leave it like that. I have to write it in here so I remember. F1 track, do I win? No. Repeat the question. It's the name of the F1 track in Oregon. So what name did it have? So you want to shout the answer out? I bet Ben does, yeah. I bet Ben does. So this is the thing, you have to watch my content to get these. The CS2 question is going to be hard, I will say that. Okay, well, I'll leave that open. If someone comes up with that answer, you can get that, but let's move on. Shopping malls. We're going to say this is a more recent one. So for shopping malls... Oh, hello, Egg. Welcome to the stream. I know it, but I don't need it. I bet everyone who doesn't need it is just wanting to shout out the answer. That's the thing. Enjoying the city ambience. Good. Okay, the second question, so you have to listen carefully, is for shopping malls content creator pack. So only answer, please, if you do want to play it. And if you know the answer, again, if no one claims this in the stream, drop it in the comments if you're a VOD watcher and you do want to claim shopping malls, and I will give it to the first comment I see that names this or answers this question correctly. But what is the name of the figure in the statue in Solitude's downtown central square? So the statue, we named it. So what is the name of the character in Solitude's central square and the statue? You can let me know that. I'm going to leave it open again because I want to move on. I don't want to spend ages doing all of these questions. So that one was shopping malls. Okay, the next one is for Snowfall DLC, and which is actually really cool if you don't have it. It gives you trams. So for that reason, everyone should have it, frankly. I'm going to turn my speaker down in case like that. It's coming out quite loud in that subway. Hello, Rail Gamer. Welcome in, everyone. Hope your stream went well, Egg. So, right, Snowfall. Again, I've got 2 copies of these to give away, thanks to Ben and to Ebo. Oh my god, almost forgot it. I'm getting very hot here running Cities Skylines II for close to 2 hours. Bye, Sodero, thank you for the stream. Okay, so Snowfall. The question is, what is the name of Oregon's main festival area? So the big festival area that we created in Oregon. If you can answer that, and you're the first person to answer, you get a copy of Snowfall. So the first 2 people, in fact, to answer that can get a copy of Snowfall. I won't be winning CS2. I've been a long time lurker for CS content now, but new sub for you. Very honest CS2 content. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Yeah, this is kind of like going back a little bit for people that have been around a while. But you can go back and watch my videos, and there's still time to enter because no one's getting any of the answers correct here. Or people just don't need the DLCs. That's it. So, okay, we've got plazas and promenades next, and I've got 2 copies of those. This is a recent one. So for plazas and promenades, what is the name of Funilla County's European suburbia waterfront suburb? If you know the answer to that, you can get plazas and promenades. Again, like, no one's doing this in the stream. So if you're the first and the second, because I've got 2 copies of that, comments with the correct answer, you will get a copy of it. Please don't comment the correct answer unless you want it. Or tell me that you don't want it, at least. I want people to actually need and want these DLCs. You can't remember the festival site name then? Oh my god. I thought that was an easy question for anyone who's watched Oregon, obviously. The game looks good. It does. It does look good. It does look good. I haven't been looking for someone in a bra and pants, but maybe they'll come along eventually. Thank you for giving your honest opinion about CS2. Your previous videos are way better than usual. Thank you. That's really appreciated. Thank you. Everyone rewatching the old vids. Exactly. Okay, so no one's claiming it on the stream, right? So after the stream, get back there, watch the old videos, you'll find out the answer, and then you can claim the prizes. That's how it works. So I've got natural disasters next for CS1. So the question for that is, this sounds a bit silly, but what phrase did I kind of become synonymous with, which wasn't like, well, it was sort of self-inflicted because I said it way too much, but then became a thing kind of halfway through 2020. And I will give a hint that that is related to a very particular mod, but there is a phrase associated with it. So if you know that, you can get natural disasters. Again, this is like a little quiz. You can write down the answers at home and see if you got them right. Pick me for the sports one, lol. I don't know. I don't have that one, and I'm a new subscriber, so I'm bad with the law. Well, Quali Ali. Sports venue was the first one that I did. No one's put the correct answer in, have they? If you're going to ask for the sports venue, okay, we're going to give sports venue to Quali. Wait, Qualiol? I might be saying that correctly. Okay, Qualiol can have sports venues. I'll give that to you. No one else has asked for it, I don't think, unless I've missed that. If they have, then I'm sorry. Tell me. Sparky, welcome in. Welcome in. Clip that out of context quote. I've been looking for someone in their bra and pants. Yeah, exactly. Please don't clip that. Oh my god. Oh, you can clip that. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny. I have been looking for someone in their bra and pants. I've not seen anyone in their pants today. That's quite rare. I usually see someone in their pants at least multiple times in any Cities Skylines II session. I know it, but you can't play. Oh. Okay, that was natural disaster. So I've got 2 copies of Mass Transit, which is arguably one of the best DLCs in Cities Skylines 1. If you don't have it, it gives you so many options. Everyone keep your eyes peeled for people in pants. I can't see anyone. Maybe they've like magically fixed it without an update. So yes, Mass Transit. And the question is, what was the name of Oregon's infamous abandoned quarry? So again, let me know in the comments. I've got 2 copies of that as well, so the first 2 people that get that can have it if no one claims it on the stream. Bra and a pants at 4090 killer. Yes. Yeah, it actually is. Yeah. Okay, so that's Mass Transit. Right, let's get through this and get on to Cities 2. Deluxe edition upgrade for Cities 1, which is pretty cool. Comes with several unique buildings, if I remember correctly. And the question for that is, what's the name of the waterfront plaza I built in my first ever YouTube live stream? So you need to go back and watch that live stream to find out what we called it. If you want to have the deluxe edition upgrade. Just writing these all down. So Qualio, I will say, with the sports venues, if you want that, contact me on Discord or email me and I will arrange the code for you. But sports venues has gone, everybody, just to say that. I'm dying to shout out these answers, but I have all the DLCs. Best deal, hello, welcome in. First time catching the live stream, so exciting. Does this mean Funilla County is over? Absolutely not. I'm still continuing Funilla County, Solitude, all of my Planet Zoo stuff, all of that's continuing. I'm probably, my current intentions is not to start a city build series in Cities Skylines 2, but I may change my mind tomorrow, so don't count on it. But right now, I'm not hugely inclined to it, just because I find it difficult to play when it comes to a large city. So I'd rather wait till there's some performances and more mods so I can do my detailing thing a little bit better before I kind of start that. But again, I could change my mind at any point. If everyone's desperate for a city build series, then you can let me know in the comments after the VOD, and if there's enough demand for it, I may reconsider. Oh, SK, did you actually want the DLC? Did SK actually want the DLC, or are you giving away the answer to everyone for Snowfall DLC? You did send the codes, Ben. I have got the codes. Thank you. Let me check. I'm pretty sure I have. I think I have most of the DLCs for Cities that already pre-ordered Cities 2, so no really need for me to answer. Oh, no, Frederick, no, it's not. This is the giveaway part, so ultimately, maybe the quiz will be fun for people that aren't taking part. Or it's just a massive failure of a stream again, so we'll see. You want it? SK, yes, okay, well then you win. Yes, SK. SK gets Snowfall, so there's still one more copy of Snowfall. So I'm not going to read out the answer, but yes, SK, you were right. If anyone's watching the stream back, maybe watch the chat and watch what SK put, because that is the answer if anyone wants another copy of Snowfall. If you're in the live chat now and you want Snowfall, read back up to see what SK put, and you can have it. So yeah, SK, contact me on Discord or via email to claim your prize. Well done. Good answer. Oh, hang on a second, I've just got rid of my stream data there, and my little notepad with all the questions and my DLCs. Okay, we're going to give away CS2 in a second, but the base game, I have got 2 PC editions. All of these are PC editions of the base game of Cities Skylines 1. So if you're someone who's watching this because you've been drawn in by Cities 2, I've got 2 copies of Cities 1 that you can go back and try if you want to. Fully fleshed out Cities 1, but just the base game. 2 copies of those. And the question for that is, I'm going to make it an easy one. What date did I post my first YouTube video? So anyone can go and find that out very quickly if you go back and look on my channel. And that will give you a copy of the base game of CS1. Sparky, oh my god, a $50 super chat. Holy moly, Sparky, that is massive. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's insanely generous. Thank you. It's been a long time since I've streamed and a long time since I've seen a pink super chat and blown away. Thank you, Sparky. Absolutely unwavering support. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. The speed is nuts. They are quite fast, aren't they? Yeah, it's kind of a shame you can't slow the simulation down. I can slow, actually, I could make it a slightly more relaxing watch if we come into here. I didn't look at the camera modes, we can have a look at that in a sec. Can you... So I can't slow the simulation speed down. So I don't know, I can't. Okay, maybe I'll take that back. I haven't figured out camera mode yet. I do like the motorbikes though, they're pretty cool, low riders. Okay, so that was the base game. Right, let's get on to Cities Skylines 2. Oh, why do I call myself FewCandy? It was the first random generated name that I got when I first got my Xbox 360, and I had a bet that I'd take the first name that came up. It was FewCandy, and it's stuck ever since. Thanks, Steve, for a fun stream. Yes, it has been fun. Can I still answer on the deluxe edition question? Realise I don't have that. Of course, Nomus. So the deluxe edition question was, what was the name of the waterfront plaza I built in my first ever live stream on YouTube? Yes, you can, Nomus. No one's had that. We've only had 1 copy of Snowfall Go right now, so... Oh, December 26th, 2021. Yes, you can have the base game of Cities Skylines 2. Who's that? Transport Simulator Nation. Drop me an email, which is on my About tab, or come and join the Discord and drop me a DM on Discord, and I will arrange your prize. You have got the base game. Thank you for answering that. Yes, absolutely correct. I've lost my little notepad again. I've clicked away from it. Transport Simulator Nation. Just making sure I've got this all down. Doing my admin. Can you regulate the speed on roads? No, you can't. That's one thing you cannot do. Congrats to the winners. Yes, FewCandy is a kind of hilarious name, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, it sort of is. The slow animation looks a lot better. Yeah, it does. Oh wait, this is slow. Oh, I have slowed it down now then. Okay, so what you do in photo mode passes over to the main game. I'm learning. It does slow it down a bit. Oh, here we go. We've got some pants. Hang on. They're on top of it. They're not on fishnet stockings, but they're on top of... Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting so excited about this. It's on top of her, like, tights or her trousers, but there we go. What a look. What a look, everyone. Yeah. This is the height of fashion in Cities Skylines II, which I love, by the way. I love these little quirks. I hope they don't fix that, to be honest. Okay, let's give away... I've got one copy of Cities Skylines Ultimate Edition to give away, and this is, like, again, the same type of theme. So it's the first person in chat, and I feel like there's going to be a few of you who might actually try and answer this. But the first person who in chat who can give me the right answer, I've kind of gone for a hard question. Has anyone answered the F1 track? No, they haven't. So you've still got time on... Oh, wait, sorry. No, they have. They have answered that one. Sorry. Sorry, TM30. Yes. You've also had a second answer on the festival site. Have I? Oh my god, did I miss that? Oh, Book Clever Fantasy 92. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yeah, again, drop me an email or message me on Discord to claim your prize. You have, yes, Burning 10 Festival was the correct answer to the main festival area, so you get Snowfall as well. Let me write down your name before I forget. Book Clever Fantasy 92, lovely name. Yes. Okay, so yeah, Snowfall has gone. Sports Venues has gone. And one copy of the base game has gone. So well done to you guys for saying that. Screenshot, please, of this. Do we want it? We have a screenshot, and the angry kids in the background as well. It all looks so good. There you go. I'll put that on the Discord. Yeah, what the heck is she wearing? Yeah, exactly. She's wearing pants. We can get a screenshot. So I have got the detail on low. If you turn it up, kind of like accentuates it. I won't lie. It's interesting. Nerdbow ring. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Thank you. Yeah, that one has unfortunately gone though because I don't only have one copy of that. Okay, let's get on to Cities Skylines 2. So just to be clear, this is the PC version of Cities Skylines 2 Ultimate Edition. It is a pre-order, so I haven't got the code and won't have the code probably until the day of release. So, and I don't know when exactly it will be on the day of release, but as soon as I have it, I will give it to whoever's won the game. So please don't expect it immediately because that isn't the case ultimately. It will come on day of release or should come then. But yeah, it is the PC version, so Steam actually, in fact. So make sure that that is what you want. It is not console version, obviously, which isn't out until next year. So sorry, so too with noisy kids. Oh, I know. I can imagine. I'm sorry. I know what noisy kids are like. They look like The Walking Dead at this speed. Yeah. So okay, it is first person that I see to answer this. And the question for Cities Skylines 2 Ultimate Edition is, what was the name of the founding citizen of Oregon? So if you know it, you'll know it. It is quite a hard question. If you haven't watched Oregon, you need to go back and watch the first episode. Actually, it's mentioned several times throughout the season. You don't need it. Could be a worse colour. Nude would look like it. Yeah, it would. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah. Hi, Gavin Ozo. I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. Hello from the UK. Welcome in. Welcome in to everyone. Oh, you know that one? Not Bob SK. No, not Bob. The founding citizen. We named a park after this person. We named several things, in fact, after this person. John, I love it. I love it. Keep the Campbell. Yeah, I love it. Keep the guessings coming. If you can get oh my god, there you go, Ben. Yeah. Yeah, Ben. It is Siobhan Williams. So okay, Ben gets the Cities Skylines 2 Ultimate Edition. Enjoy! And thank you, Ben, for your generous contributions in the Cities 1 giveaway. That's very much appreciated, and actually nicely in return, you get the Cities 2 Ultimate Edition, so you can enjoy that. It was a woman, it was Jay Stokes, it was Siobhan Williams. Yeah. And as my voice is now literally dying after a full day of meetings at work and talking on screen, I think we're going to have a quick look at photo mode, and then we're going to call it there. Although, as you can tell, from the fact I can't even press play on the game, I don't really know how it works. So yeah, you can change simulation speed. There you go. We can turn it up to 100, which is quite useful. I think the best thing is you can change the time of day, so it gives like quite a lot of atmosphere to that. So like if we go to nighttime, I can just instantly change it to nighttime. It does take a while to sort of render in. But let's get on as well. Like, yes, congrats to Ben. Yes, members can give a holy moly. Iron Grandpa, that would be another one. Yes. Please, oh, you bought the game already. Please give the base game. Okay, in that case, we have still got 2 copies of Cities Skylines base game to give away. For anyone watching the VOD back, you can comment those, and I will give you the keys for those. Yes, congrats to Ben. So yeah, you can change time of day. Really, really nice. I think like the biggest things that I'm not a photographer, so like there's a lot of kind of look at that moon. You're like, there's a serious atmosphere on this. I'm going to get rid of the overlay for this final little bit because we don't need it. I can just enjoy the atmosphere of Cities 2 for the last little bit of the stream. You've got so many different options with clouds as well. Again, I kind of, yeah, see like we can add cumulus clouds if we want to. And this is how, when you see screenshots of Cities 2 and it looks like unbelievably realistic, this is how they're doing it. It's not like, you can't play like this, by the way. So as soon as I close down photo mode, we're going back to what the game looks like. So yeah, don't forget that. Okay, we'll put the time of day on like this. I think, yeah, if you have a look like at the colour of the water, right? I change it away from it. It goes super dark. So you can kind of affect that through time of day. Yeah, you've got loads of options in terms of clouds. So cumulus clouds opacity, and you can play with the numbers obviously on it as well. You've got various different types of cloud as well that you can add in if you want to. Tons of kind of options of that. You've got various different volumetric settings as well. You have got these, so you can adjust things like saturation, which is kind of good. Make your screenshots look a little bit brighter if you want to, or make the city look a little bit sort of more vibrant. Probably not a great time of day to do it. Adjust the contrast. Let's but I don't know if that made a huge amount of difference. This is where the level of detail comes into play, because all of this is like blurry on my screen, so it's not great. Oh my god, Michael W. Oh wow, oh my goodness, with a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Michael. Thanks for all your content. Thank you for the super chat. Like, insanely generous, insanely generous. Thank you so much. Really, like, greatly appreciate the support. Oh, hang on, I've ignored chat. 26th of December 2021 for CS1. Let me check my little notebook. Yes. Yes, it was. Okay, let me type your name down. Ich büre nichts. I'm totally butchered that. I'm really sorry. Forget that. Don't ever listen to that back. Please don't rewind that. Yes, you can come and claim your prize. Either come and join our Discord, which is linked in the pinned comment, or email me and I will arrange that for you. But yes, that's one of the base games gone. I'll summarise it at the end for those that are watching back on the VOD to know what is left. Photo mode is hidden behind you. What do you mean? Oh, look, I've got a little thing on the screen there. Sorry, I didn't realise that was on the side of the screen. Photo mode is hidden behind me. What do you mean? I don't know. Oh, what, this way? What, the sun? Yeah. So yeah, you can basically, here's the gist of it. I don't really know how to fully use it properly. There are some seriously complex stuff in it. Like, you can change the different sensor types, ISO, shutter speed, focal length. Some of these are pretty cool. So you can change the aperture, I know. It's not super easy to change it, so I don't know what we could change this to make it like change dramatically. 32. I don't feel like I even saw any changes then, I'll be honest. Again, I don't fully understand this, but look, people who are into photography or can spend the time, which I just haven't had the time to do yet, getting to know all of these different settings, are going to have an absolute ball with this. You can add a vignette if you want to your screenshot. It's like a fully fledged editing software all in one. Oh, my face cam. Oh my god. Sorry everyone, there you go. Yeah, you're just seeing it and you can't even see. Okay, I'll go back over it again. You can adjust simulation and time of day. You can adjust all the different clouds. So yeah, this is what I was doing. Sorry. I don't usually. This is when I was like ignoring chat. Neighbours German, so it's okay for butchering. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can change all the clouds here. You can change the opacity, the altitude of them, tint, exposure, rotation, loads of different stuff. Yeah, this is where I was changing the saturation and the contrast. Some of them don't make obvious differences at certain, like, okay, have I got time of day tips? Okay, it's actually brighter when I don't tick that. There we go. And yeah, there's a whole range. Again, I'm not going to repeat what I just said, but there's a whole range. I'm in the zone, I am. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. There's a whole range of stuff. I can, if you want to see it, I will post screenshots of all the different settings on the Discord so you can see them. I don't understand them, like I said, so if anyone wants to give me a big tutorial on photo mode, I would be very grateful for that once you get your your hands on it. That was in the zone. Yeah, that was poor effort, sorry. More few trivia. Siobhan Williams was driving a station wagon when she entered Oregon. Jay Stokes, I didn't even know that. I didn't even remember that. Oh my god. That is a great memory. I can sort of almost picture it. Was it red? I can't remember. I'm like literally making it up. I feel like it was red though. That was a great memory. Well done. A rally stage in the Mountains of Solitude. We will do that, Henry. We will do a rally in Solitude at some point. Can you turn down saturation to 0 to make it black and white? Let's try it. Almost black and white. Did it actually change then? I feel like it's not working right now. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, it's not fully black and white. It's not a case of going to like negative numbers, is it? Yeah, so you can go down. There you go. Yeah, you can go to fully black and white with negative saturation. Jay Stokes, oh my god, with a $20 super sticker, #1. Thank you so much. Really insanely generous for all of you. Like, really, really appreciate the support. Thank you. Sorry it's been such a random stream. I've like lost like half the audience with the giveaway. I thought it'd be fun. Hopefully some people enjoyed it. And the people who will get the giveaway stuff hopefully had a good time as well. There we go. I recognise you by the cove you built in your city. Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this. Let's turn the saturation off. In fact, we turn it, like, I can't remember how I did that now. I like played around with it for ages to get things right and levels right. But it looked quite nice. Yeah, I haven't really shown off the downtown much either. I'm really quite pleased with it. There was one secret little like cubby view hole thing that I did want to show, which obviously I didn't get to really record around it in the third video. But yeah, this view from the bridge, I really like this. As you can't come down this highway underneath this bridge. You can peek out and see the downtown from here. I quite like that. Right, I'm going to call it a day. I'm very sweaty with my GPU kicking out all the heat in the world. I'm very hot in here. So I think it's time to call the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. Thank you for the insanely generous super chats and super stickers. You guys are crazy. On the giveaway, let's just sum it up. So we have got one more copy of the base game. Deluxe edition. Didn't that go to No Miss? I think it did. So we've got one copy of the base game. We've got 2 copies of Mass Transit. We have got Natural Disasters still, and you'll have to go back and listen to the stream to get the questions for it. I have got it written down, so I do know. We've got 2 copies of Plazas and Promenades. Snowfall has gone, so that is off the cards. We have got Shopping Malls, Content Creator Pack, and that is it. So again, people commenting on the VOD, let me know the answers to those questions, and the first ones that I see can get the keys for those. And I hope you all enjoy. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. Still got 148. I did quite lose all of you with the random chatter of the evening. So yeah, it's been fun. I've got lots more content coming on Cities Skylines II. I'm working on a very heavily long process edited top tips for beginners, which is going to be a lot of top tips for beginners, quite a fast-paced video, which I'm quite looking forward to getting out, so hopefully that'll be good. And yeah, got a few other things that I'd like to do on Cities 2 in the works. If you do have suggestions though, again, please let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed the stream, please drop me a like as well. Really, really appreciate it. But yeah, that's it. So let's say some bye-byes. Thank you for hanging out, everyone. Egg, yay, hope your stream went well. I'm looking forward to watching it back. Happy CS2 embargo lift, yes. Random P, thank you for hanging out. TM, Lily, Roto, Ibra, Big Nkrumah, Capote's Net Adventure. First stream, it was great watching your presentation. Thank you, Capote. It was a little bit of a random, different stream, but I hope it was fun anyway. Stiletto, thank you for hanging out. Stiletto, thank you. Greg, Olgiza, Be Misty, thank you. Jura, Lily, I've said already. Jura again. I'm going to say ich, because I can't say the rest of it. You wrote me an email, thank you. I will get that to you. No Miss as well, Starstuff, Michael, Festover, SK, everyone else who's hung out. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the love. I'll see you again soon. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.